You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Don't let me leave, Murph. Don't let me leave, Murph. No! 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 No!
It has nearly been a half a year, guys. Can you believe it? It has been a long time, guys. And I just want to say I apologize to everybody that this process has continued to go on and on. I did say nearly 5 months ago that I would not return, barring something coming out of the woodworks. And it appears at long last, after nearly a half a year, that we finally have something noteworthy to discuss in regards to The Wolf Among Us 2. As I've said, there will not be many videos, if any, until I hear something official from Telltale. But when there are rumblings, when there are rumors, when there are something that is significant like what I'm going to be talking about, you guys get your wish. After nearly a half a year, my first Wolf Among Us 2 video of this year, I've not uploaded any videos in The Wolf Among Us 2 this year. The last one was in December of 24. It's been that long, guys. Yes, I didn't realize it until I looked at the calendar. I'm like, damn, I haven't uploaded the Wolf Among Us 2 video since December. Wow, I stuck to my word. All right, guys, we have a lot to discuss in this video. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. Let's go for 2,000 likes on this video. As always, if you want to see more content, that's up to Telltale. I'm not going to be ranting. I've already said what I've needed to say on this game. It is a pipe dream to me until Telltale proves me wrong. But when there are hints, when there are rumblings, until I hear this game is canceled, I will always have a little hope deep down. Sure about the near 30% of people are subscribed, and the subscribe button, notification bell, have it set to all so you don't miss any of my content covering Telltale, Wolf Among Us, or any other videos in regards to any other games they'll be making. Let's get straight into it. So, Dom, why have we returned? What exactly is the emphasis and point of this video? Well, summer's coming up, and the Summer Game Fest is something I really want to talk about. Now, this is not why the video is being made. There's a much more, but I want to start the video off on the premise. Summer's coming, the Summer Game Fest. Geoff Keighley, again, we've always said Geoff Keighley, I think if The Wolf Among Us 2 is going to show up in any significance, it's got to be at a Geoff Keighley show. So let's start. On Twitter, someone had tweeted a pretty credible insider named Nate the Hate 2. Can we expect big stuff at Summer Game Fest? Tomb Raider, Project 007, Wolf Among Us 2. He said at least one of those will be at Summer Game Fest. Which of them would you prefer? Now again, I'm not fully certain of this leaker and insider, whatever credible source they are, but based on what I've seen and heard, they are a pretty credible source. And that means we have a 33% chance, 33.3% chance of The Wolf Among Us 2, because it's 1 of 3 games. Tomb Raider, Project 007, or Wolf Among Us 2. And he said 33.3%, but he said at least one. He hasn't said for sure that only one. He said at least. So he knows for sure at least one of them. Chance of it being The Wolf Among Us 2, I'm not going to even bet on that. But that's very interesting. And we know Geoff last year, when asked about The Wolf Among Us 2, confirmed it wasn't going to be at last year's show. So again, he maybe will confirm that from the time I make this video to Summer Game Fest date. Summer Game Fest is on June 6th of 2025. So I definitely would keep your eyes open on that. Literally about to be 3 weeks away. But again, we've been through this before. We have been through this before. I don't want to get my hopes up, and I'm not telling anyone to get their hopes up, but definitely Telltale. I mean, at this point, you got to say something. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of the community at this point, myself included, thinks the game's canceled. And I had to tell you, to be honest, how I feel the game could be soft cancel at this point. I mean, there's not much more I could say other than you have not said anything. It's been half a year. I mean, fans have expected something for how many months now, and you've just continually been silent. The last time we saw Telltale at the Summer Game Fest was 2023, when they showed more on The Expanse, a Telltale series. As we know, I'm not going to get into the whole Expanse versus Wolf Among Us 2 debate. We already know that, in all likelihood, I respect the decision they made, but at the end of the day, they made the wrong choice. They should have focused on Wolf 2 first and got that all done. But what's done is done. At the end of the day, we just want The Wolf Among Us 2. And we hope we could see at the finish line. Well, I went to the Wolf Among Us Reddit. I've heard, I had some people comment about me about this, and they wanted me to talk about this. This is another big reason I'm making this video. So, screenshots removed from Telltale's website. I just checked and it appears to be true. I guess it could suggest maybe they changed the story, or it could be done with game design changing because of them switching to Unreal Engine 5. If the game's even still being worked on, or maybe it is scrapped for good. So, according to the recent website changes, Telltale Games recently updated the Wolf Among Us 2 official page. Notably, the screenshots were removed and the preview description changed when sharing the page. This has led to speculation about potential updates or changes in game development. So, if we do go to the Telltale Games website, when you used to click on the Wolf Among Us 2 page, there used to be official screenshots for the game, as they have fairy tale characters real walk among us, play as Bigby the Big Bad Wolf, Sheriff Fabletown, return to gritty to noir world where there are no fairy tale endings. And it's based on the comic DC series. Again, if you go to the Epic Games Store, you can see those screenshots that were on the Telltale website are still here on the Epic Games Store, which I did find very interesting. And again, you have the player support, but again, nothing in regards to the screenshots. All the screenshots have been removed and are gone. And as we see, we don't see Ad Hoc's name anymore, even though Ad Hoc still shows up on the official wallpaper, which I'm sure they probably will update and change in due time if they do end up releasing this. But all we have is Warner Brothers, DC, and Telltale. As you see, Warner Brothers, DC, Telltale, but no Ad Hoc. So yes, obviously Ad Hoc was already removed a while ago from that. As we know, Ad Hoc right now is working on Dispatch, which should be releasing in the next, 5-ish months, as considering it is a later 2025 release on that. We might hear some news on that very, very soon. So I went back in the Wayback Machine, which is basically a website where you can check old website versions of this. So we went all the way back to July 24th of 2023. So this gets very interesting when you start going into the nitty-gritty with this. As we can see, we still have the trailer here, but look at 3 screenshots of the game. Gone. All gone. This is from the original trailer. Remember, it's been 3 years. There was an old storyline that Deck 9 had been working on for this game. Remember, Deck 9 got scrapped off the project. And now these screenshots, as I just showed you in this, are gone. All gone. And the description. As you see, play as Bigby the Big Bad Wolf, Sheriff Fabletown, return to Green Noir War, as you return to a gritty detective noir world where there are no fairy tale endings. And as you can see here, you've got the same thing. But what is missing here? The Wolf Among Us 2 picks up 6 months after the events of Season 1. It's winter in New York City. A new case threatens across the line between Fabletown and the NYPD. How you choose to approach it could determine the future of the Fable community. This description has been removed off the official website. Meaning, in all likelihood, if the game is not canceled, which I am assuming by that, because again, this could also mean that the game likely could get soft canceled, or eventually we could hear a cancellation announcement in due time. But what I tend to believe on this is that the storyline has changed. And it would make sense, considering how long it has been since 2022, and all the changes to the writing, Ad Hoc being scrapped off the project, Deck 9 being scrapped off the project. The game we had seen, the initial trailer of The Wolf Among Us 2, we might see similarities, but it seems like a lot has changed in regards to the storyline, meaning we might be getting a completely different game than what we were initially shown in 2022, which would make sense, as I said, just considering how long the wait has been. The Unreal Engine change and all that. It seems like more has been done to this game than meets the eye. We might be getting a completely different game. I mean, that's shocking. The whole storyline being scrapped and changed is just a very likely possibility. And so, through detective research, I found out that the last time the website was really changed was this end of April. So this was recently in the last couple weeks that Telltale had removed these screenshots. Because if I go back, let's say hypothetically, screenshots are there. April 21st. You go from April 21st, April 30th, they're gone. Description, gone. So again, I just find that very interesting. You've removed the storyline thing. I think they removed that several months ago. It's been about a year since they did that. And now the screenshots are gone. Obviously, the Ad Hoc logo is gone, considering Ad Hoc is no longer involved in the project. So obviously, after everyone seeing that the website got changed, Now there's generally starting, in my opinion, I'm starting to believe something is coming. Whether it is good or bad, that is to be seen. You know, we just talked about the Summer Game Fest stuff. So I just say, do not be surprised if we hear something. Whether it is good or bad, I can't tell you. I don't know. Maybe the game we just hear a random IGN article, or there's a tweet or something and the game gets canceled. That is a possibility I'm telling you all to prepare for. But there also might be a random drop. It could be any day, it could be at the Summer Game Fest, it could be after it. It could be any time at this point, I would say, because generally that means they're doing something. Because if you go on the Epic Games Store, as I've said, no storyline. That has been removed, but the screenshots are still there on the Epic Games Store. And as they just say, coming soon. We don't know generally what that means. And if we go on Telltale Games' Twitter account, the last tweet they made was on March 13th about a Steam Spring Sale. And as I said, DomTheBomb ratioed them saying, "Can we please have an update on where the sheriff is?" And obviously, no response. But this is literally their last tweet. It's been nearly 2 months. They have only tweeted about sales and scam links. Other than that, literally nothing. Nothing. So I decided to share this link with one of my subscribers, one of my closer YouTube associates, and the description changed for whatever reason. And it says, in this gritty, mature, fable thriller, you play Bigby, the big bad wolf, in a game series where your every decision can have consequences. As far as I know, I've never seen this description of the game or heard of it. It's weird. Interesting that they, supposedly, if you link the website, The Wolf Among Us 2, the description now is different as well. Huh. I don't think that's a coincidence either. As everyone knows, summer's coming up. It's a big time for gaming. The Summer Game Fest. Gamescom's even in the later parts of summer to the fall. Don't be surprised. That's all I'm gonna say. I generally don't think it's gonna happen because I've been at this point way too many times with y'all. But as long as there is a chance, I will always have a little faith that maybe Telltale will finally open their dang mouths and speak with us and stop using that dreaded S word that they have stood by for over nearly 3 years, which is silence. The last time we got a major update in terms of this game from Telltale was when they dropped those screenshots for Telltale's 20th anniversary last July. The only thing publicly they've done since that 20th anniversary screenshot reveal was that they confirmed the game wasn't canceled, and they said The Wolf Among Us 2 was in development still. Since then, we've heard nothing. It's almost been a year since that, when you think about it. So, Telltale, time will tell, but I've told you, I'm back. I am waiting. Just let us know, sooner rather than later. Because honestly, at this point, this website updating has to be for one of two things. You're either canceling the game very soon, or you're gonna finally give us an update. A major one. A trailer. Gameplay. Something new. Because we are sick and tired of the dreaded S word. Just please, update your community. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm just asking for simple communication. Alright guys, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe. As I've mentioned, barring any other rumblings or something significant, you got something. I missed you guys. It's been 4 or 5 months. I hope you missed me. And I hope I'll have a lot more to say on this very, very soon. If not, I'll see you guys in a number of months once again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love, and have a great day, Mondays. Bye-bye.